How do you summarize 120,000 words into 8 sentences? This is the inherent problem with the query letter, the inherent challenge that lies with trying to develop one. I talked yesterday about how I was feeling pretty confident with what I was writing, and for the most part, I still am. But there's this one sentence that is like driving me mad here. I'm trying to summarize my character's family dynamics in like a single sentence or two, just so you get a sense of who the character basically is, and basically their motivation for what they're doing. As in the story, basically their motivation for going after this goal is to sort of escape from, the shadow of their abusive family. And so how does one summarize that in basically a sentence? I kind of just did that, I guess. I sort of just said, characters trying to escape from the shadow of their abusive family. Maybe you'll get the general sense. But it feels like there's something off, right? It feels like there needs to be more to be said to that. And that's what I've been wrestling with for most of this morning here, was that one sentence. As you'll see on the screen, I'm still using like my my editing software to go through some of these sentences that I wrote already, just to get an idea, to make sure there's not a whole lot of repeated phrases and make sure everything comes across clearly. You'd think that like 2 paragraphs makes this whole process really easy because you're doing less, but much like it's actually a bit like chess. If I can tie this back into a little bit, where in chess the game actually gets a bit more complex once you get towards the ending. Because you're figuring there's less pieces, but everything has to be calculated so precisely that it makes it more challenging in a way. Much in the same way that, it's only maybe 8 sentences that I'm writing, but each one has to be so precise in what it says, in what it conveys, because the person that's reading it is obviously not going to know your story. The person who reads the query letter has no context beyond what you put on that page for them to read. And so, like I said, today was just me going through that. I'll probably spend another day or so on it, then I'm moving on to the novel for the next 4 or 5 weeks, just getting that fixed up. As it goes for a first draft, though, I'm pretty confident. I really do like it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I think things look pretty strong going forward here. But yeah, for today and tomorrow, it's still just refining this query letter.